Hi, so welcome to the first episode in the series Getting Started with Unity. Today we're going to be looking at our first steps in learning how to make a 3D game using the Unity engine by getting a moving character with animations, locomotion and a moving camera. Now, I know I just said this is the first episode, but I released a sort of prequel introduction episode that quickly goes over all of the tools of Unity. So if you're literally picking it up for the first time, I recommend going and watching that first and then coming back to this. It's a bit of a slow episode, but it's really crucial for you to know what you're looking at when we're going through these next few episodes. Now, I'm going to try and keep this short and snappy and hit these points as quickly as possible, and it's up to you to pick it up and start playing around. My name's Christian, and this is Getting Started with Unity. Right, so we've got our Unity project opened up, and the first thing we're going to do is go to the asset store and grab ourselves a character controller. Now, we could try and build one from scratch, but the philosophy I go by is not to be afraid to use assets, especially for learning. There's tons of really well-built stuff on there for you to use and pick apart and save yourself time, which if you're learning and building on your own, especially in your spare time like me, it's a really valuable resource. So we're going to go and search for Invector. This character controller has various different paid versions, but today we're going to be using the free one, because I'm looking out for your wallet. This is the character controller that I'm actually using to build my game, which, if you want to find out more about, hit that subscribe and bell notification button, because in the next few weeks, between these tutorials, I'm going to be releasing my first dev diary. So, hit the Get Asset button, pop back into Unity, and just go up to your window bar at the top there and scroll down to Package Manager. If you make sure you click on My Assets at the top, and the Invector asset should be right there. If you click Download, and once that's done, install. You should get this little pop-up with a list of all the stuff in the package you want to install, and you can actually go through this and deselect things if you want, if you're after something really specific from the package. But today, we're just going to get it all. Once that's installed, you'll see the project files window we have in the Invector folder there now, and we can just pop in there and find the character FBX model. This is what we're going to use for now for our character. In his rig setting in the inspector, we also want to make sure that he's checked as being humanoid. We'll go into more depth with why in a later video. So if we just drag and drop him into our scene view over in the inspector window, we can go into his transform property and zero him out, and then we just need a floor for him to walk on. So if we go into hierarchy, add a 3D object, plane, zero out the transform, and then hit R on your keyboard to change the scaling mode and scale that bad boy up. Finally, we need to actually add our character controller. So up at the top here, we're going to go to the Invector tab, Basic Locomotion, and create Basic Controller. Then we'll want to drag our guy in there and hit Create. Now you can see our guy is all set up, you can see his components on the right here, and we're just going to quickly go to his collider and tweak the shape and size to make sure everything matches up correctly. Lastly, we can see on the left in our hierarchy, we actually have two of our characters, one with the controller and one without, so we're just going to delete the one without. And you'll also notice that the Invector asset has added a nice little script onto our camera too, which will let us follow our character around without us even doing anything. And if we hit play, that's it, you now have a working, fully animated character to run around a grey floor with. Awesome! Now, I know the scene is looking a little bland at the moment, but if you join me for the next episode, we're going to be adding some colour and dipping our toes into the terrain tools. Don't forget to like and leave a comment. If you want to see my last video, it's here, and if you want to stay tuned for more tutorials, devlogs, and anything game development related, subscribe and hit that bell notification button. I'll see you later.